With signs, banners, and voices, members of Keene State's LGBTQ community and their supporters celebrated the annual Pride Parade. Many were waving rainbow-colored flags, a symbol that they hold very close to their hearts.
So the rainbow, it means a lot of things to a lot of people. For a lot of people, it's a historical symbol for pride and the LGBTQ community. Every color used to mean a specific thing. Now it's the generally accepted symbol of just pride and LGBTQ plus community.
The event was open to everyone, and anyone who dropped in was able to tie-dye t-shirts, enter raffles for clothing and books, make pins, draw a flag that represents their identity, and listen to KSC's a cappella group chock full of notes. They also had a few volunteer tablers that came to support the event.
It's really important to me that there's representation on campus and that students feel safe and comfortable coming to the counseling center. They need support and that they know that we're a welcoming and open place.
When connecting with this kind of work and connecting with how brilliant all of you are, finding and changing binaries is that fluidity that and seriously, the future is fluid. Thank you.
The high-spirited event grew more impactful when some familiar faces walked up onto the podium to share their stories and words of wisdom.
Yeah, so I talked about just raising more change for sex education in terms of LGBTQ plus community, as well as just education about the community itself.
Because I worry about this. I worry about how we can sometimes have individuals feel lost, alone, separate. Please don't let that happen at our campus. I love you. This college loves you. And I know that the one thing that defines Keene State is that we have to care about each other. We have to push through difference, and we have to be very, very confident in who we are and to stand up and to learn from each other.
I think growing up realizing that at times you can feel very isolated and alone. I think recognizing LGBTQI youth and recognizing that we all have a place to say, I see you, I love you, and I care about you. I think to be a part of that makes me feel like it would have been a healthier world if we had been more brave to do this when I was younger.
For more information about the LGBTQ community, come here to the Student Center on the second floor and find the Multicultural Office. It's a great way to get involved and become an ally to the LGBTQ community. Kiana Wright, KSC TV. During this Rock in the Knock, the band Planes opened the night, followed by the Water Cycle. Some KSC students head to the floor jumping and headbanging to the band's alternative rock originals, while others enjoy the performance by sitting back and relaxing.
I've noticed that there's a pretty good-sized music community that people like to go see music, and having something that people could go see safely in a comfortable place that's right on campus, an alternative to other things that you might want to do on a Friday evening. It's a good spot.
After the bands have played their sets, the open mic portion begins. Everyone sits and listens to whoever would like to step on stage and perform something. During these sessions, students and even faculty have the chance to sing, play an instrument, or even just share a story.
That's where it becomes really intimate and people can express themselves through poetry, music that they've written, or just covers in general. And it's a really nice environment where people just come out and they support each other and just have fun and enjoy music.
I love the WKNH open mics. They have like just people from Keene, other bands come from out of town to jam and like spread ideas and like make music and like tell jokes and whatnot. Poems. Who knows? I don't know what to expect because they're always different. That's my other favorite part.
For more information about WKNH or the Rock in the Knot, come here to the third floor in the Student Center. They're always excited to meet new students. Kiana Wright, KSC TV. Good evening and welcome to the April 19th edition of KSC TV News. I'm Kiana Wright. A Keene man is in the hospital with serious injuries after being struck by a car on his motorcycle Saturday night. The motorcyclist was traveling on Water Street when police say a car struck him crossing over onto Grove Street. These are images by KSC TV reporters Travis Thuat and Peter Dubois, who were at the scene. Police say 38-year-old Matthew Bemis was on his motorcycle and was struck by a car crossing Water Street from Community Way. Investigators say Bemis was not wearing a helmet. He was taken to Lebanon Hospital with injuries to his head and leg. The Keene Sentinel reports the driver of the car was 29-year-old Jenna Hobart. Neither Hobart nor her passengers were injured. Police are still investigating. Anyone who witnessed the crash is asked to contact Lieutenant Jason Short at 357-9813. Again, that's 357-9813. Thanks, Julia. A different type of plant product that is legal is called CBD. Recently, a store that specializes in CBD products opened in Keene. KSC TV's Matt Holderman went to check it out. Along with the previous mentioned products, Keene CBD also sells CBD-infused bath bombs, coffee grounds, and more. A hiker has died in an avalanche on Mount Washington in the Tuckerman Ravine. The Associated Press reports the incident happened on Thursday. Rescuers performed CPR, but they were not able to revive the victim. The Mount Washington Avalanche Center says the avalanche was a result of falling temperatures, affecting a mix of wind-scored ice crusts and fresh wind slabs. It is spring performance and recital season. That's special for the people at MoCo Arts. It's their first season at their new facility downtown. KSC TV's Rachel Vitello went to check out the show. MoCa's next performance is their high school musical theater performance. That show, Legally Blonde or Junior, will be on May 4th and 5th. Students looking for help with the job hunt got help this week at KSC's last career clinic of the year. Academic and career advisors sat down with students to help them with their resumes and cover letters. ACA has several of these events in the fall and especially in the spring. For some students, this is their last chance to get advice before entering the job market. If you're a student returning next year, you can look forward to the next career clinic in the fall. New Hampshire singer Evelyn Cormier has been eliminated from American Idol. WMUR reports Cormier did not make it into the top 10 on Monday night's program. The 20-year-old from New Hampshire was one of the 4 contestants eliminated this week. That's all for this edition of KSC TV News. Thanks for tuning in. This is a KSC TV News update. I'm Kiana Wright. On Saturday, during the Keene State Town Hall meeting, Democratic candidate Christian Gillibrand discussed policy changes with community members and students. According to the Keene Sentinel, Gillibrand spoke about health care, employment, sexual assault, and harassment. The Keene area has seen multiple appearances from presidential candidates running for the 2020 presidential election, including Republican James Pepe and Democrat Elizabeth Warren. A man is now facing multiple charges after being arrested due to an incident earlier this month. According to the Sentinel, Keene Sentinel, 58-year-old Stephen B. Chambers was charged with reckless driving, reckless conduct, criminal mischief, and disorderly conduct. Keene Police Lieutenant Benjamin Nugent says Chambers was allegedly driving on Church Street sidewalks and even on residents' front lawns. Shortly after doing donuts in the street, he skimmed a car and almost hit pedestrians. The Keene Circuit Court Division has Chambers for arraignment May 6 at 8:30 a.m. KSC's Student Activities Council has put together a week of events to get students engaged and excited for the final weeks of the semester. They call it Keene State Calling. Comedians Dave Coulier and Kellen Erskine will kick off the events tonight in the Maple Brown Room. The Sunset Outdoor Music Festival at Oya Hill will be tomorrow at 4 p.m. And on Wednesday, a hypnotist, Dan Kendall, will be hosting a show in the Maple Brown Room. The festivities continue later this week with an Operation Glow Party on Thursday and the annual spring concert on Friday. This has been a KSC TV News update. I'm Kiana Wright.